You know, I've become very good over the years to plan for things in advance. Like, for example, when my time at a campground ends, where to go, how to get myself there, how to plan for a budget for it. When I traveled in other countries, I tell you, I was very poor, and to follow their rules, I had to, although sometimes I was encouraged by people there, that it's okay to break it because everybody does, but I didn't want to. For visa requirements and being able to afford a plane ticket for this step and next step and where to go before the next place. Very, very low budget to work with. And I would succeed in those societies because I wouldn't be faced with as many barriers and obstacles as here. Because here, people don't want to deviate from the norm with, the people they belong in the same society with, for example, compared to traveling foreigners. So then people break agreements with me, and then I have other problem solving, and it changes my plans. So it could be that I go from one campground that is managed poorly to another one managed poorly by the same provider, and that's where I'm at, but still having to hitchhike or ask a stranger for a ride to get the rest of my stuff. So that's not fun, that's not fun that I do my due diligence and it's broken agreements or just additional barriers that only people with developmental disabilities would put on you because they think it's okay to minimize their work this much by raising mine. That a doctor knows I'm poor and that tries to get as much out of me money as possible in cash, this is not an exception, people. This is your norm. And, it's not okay. It's not okay to be so stuck in this monetary game lifestyle. A monetary and monopoly and every man, woman, and child for themselves in the same family kind of American dream worldview. So it doesn't make sense at all. And I don't want to do this. And therefore, hardships increase for me. So again, guys, you might not like that I provide the evidence of who you are on my YouTube, but again, for me it's therapy, for me it's sanity, and for me it's also kind of clarity to offer you. Like, do you guys keep wanting to be like this? Because I've offered the province of British Columbia or Canada to buy my file. That means pay an amount where I sign a contract and I leave. You can't legally ban me from there, but you can, with this contract, never support me in these ways again, which is okay. And a great motivator, right, to kind of move on to looking for the elusive Homo sapiens somewhere else. And yet, you will never choose this. You will never choose, as you insist on not problem solving, but kind of hate the messenger for it, you'll never choose, let's get rid of the messenger. And I've only posted like 10% of my data for the last few years, including the multiple places I've been in Canada and around the world. So, I'm even backed up, but you want to keep giving me more and more of what you are shameful and guilty of. So it's up to you. When somebody at the ministry office says, they don't want to record, years ago I put online, and this is in big part because of HsD that makes your abuse of me, somebody that refuses to be the domesticated norm that's part of the problem, predictable with HsD. So I said I reserve the right, and I don't care if there is a law or not that says I can't do that, because there's way too much evidence that it will continue against my person. So I have to do it for transparency, for sanity, but also for self-defense, right? For my reputation. That's not what happened. I have the recording of what happened. And these are the real behaviors. Now, even that evidence, especially if it's not just audio, but video, can still, let's say, by somebody that wants to side with the norm, which is such a strong force for all of you that suffer from HsD, that it moves you away from evidence as being part of reality, that I still got to do these recordings. And whether you know about it or not, or whether you ask, and I'm not going to lie if you ask, and if you ask me not to post anywhere, but it is evidence of you harming me right then, I will post it. So you can't take that right away from me. It's the right that I have to live a transparent life and to defend my reputation and my common sense and my choices against yours. And I'll stand by that. So make a choice, people. I mean, offer me a package to leave BC or Canada, because I've been doing this for years. So this is not just an idea I came up with to leave Canada with a plane ticket. This is like, you guys can't stop yourselves from not letting me help. So when it comes to like education or mental health, I can't get into these fields that I would enjoy, especially education, because you only are at the talk, right? You'll talk about how it's dysfunctional, but none of you will do the work. And when you meet the elusive Homo sapien that will do the work, is you are frickin' gonna attack him more than you would have attacked the people you think are the most toxic in education, even though I'm the opposite. So if you have not been provided with enough evidence of this so far, I tell you, that's who you are. So I'm proud of who I am. And you can keep failing if you want, but it's not okay to take me down with you. So, you know, I'm going to keep trying to leave. And whatever you want to say is my history, well, it doesn't match the evidence that I've recorded.